KC0VI Tom here. I am, excuse me, presently under the weather. I have the alien has decided to move in all of a sudden this week. And this video is coming out extremely early due to the fact that there's something happened this morning, Wednesday. Very exciting. Wanted to share it to everybody and let everybody else get out there and prowl through the FCC's website, see what other things we can find. It looked like this morning the FCC leaked the type accepted number for the Yaesu FTX-1 F, or whatever the abbreviation for the U.S. market's going to be. The actual number is K66-20845X30. And if you're familiar with the FCC's website, you can go out there and find a whole bunch of interesting articles, reports. When you submit a device in for FCC type accepted, there's a lot of documentation you have to send along with. You know, for stating the name of your company, your reputation, and all stuff like that, so they can respond back to any type of questions they have. Any questions will be included in this database and the answers to the manufacturer, along with a test report. And all down in the description, there'll be a couple of links. The first link goes to the information on the FTX-1. One of the questions that the FCC had was how you're going to keep a mod being made for this to listen in on cell phones here in the U.S. And the answer was it's a firmware. The actual software that controls that filter and that do not go frequency area is in the microprocessor, so it would have to be a major firmware. It's going to keep most people from doing that, but I'm sure somebody's going to come up with a way, just a challenge. And there's somebody need, the report on the testing. There's some graphs in there on the response. It's pretty exciting. Now that they got type accepted, I kind of expect that Dayton coming up here at Hamvention, they're going to have an announcement when the radio is going to be available, roughly the price. Like I said, getting really excited about this. The other link goes to an amplifier. It's a 100 watt HF 50 watt 2 meter 440. And you sit there, look at the specs on it, right away in there in the description it says, this is not a standalone amp, it must be operating with the FTX-1. Make sure you get that model number right. So now we have, not only do we have a small rig for POTA and SOTA activation, now we have a 100 watt amp we can run in the house. And the picture in the documentation, it looks like the FTX-1 snaps right into the faceplate to the front of this amp, so you could have it in the house running and you pop it off and you want to do your POTA, SOTA, or take it mobile. It's a different way of thinking. It's kind of neat. Kind of reminds me of the car stereos in the 80s and 90s where you could pop the faceplate off so nobody would steal it. I had a buddy who had bought a used, because somebody stole the faceplate, body from an owner, and he had that mount on the garage, and the other one he had in his basement, so he's in the garage working, he just popped that faceplate in, he was downstairs in the rec room, he could pop it in there. Getting back to the radio, so I'm kind of excited. If it wasn't for the alien, you'd see how much I'm really excited. I am on the list at Gigaparts to, they had it for $35, you could get on the waiting list, depending on what the price is going to be. And it's all over the board, sitting and reading on social media what people think. I think just the FTX-1 is going to go anywhere from $1,500 to $1,800, as is. And I know there's a lot of different options. And if you get the 100 watt deck, 50 watt deck, I could see anywhere up to 18. We'll go more than that. We'll say 20, 25 to 28. That deck's going to be pretty big, and it's going to have to. It's a wideband amplifier, what it is. So, what really is bad? My tax return came this week, so I'm just like, oh boy. Like it says, I'm on the Gigaparts list, and I hope they kind of mess up like they did on the CJ1. I was on that list. Comjat told Gigaparts to send out the radio to this list of people for beta testing, and somebody at Gigaparts actually sent it out to quite a few more people. So I was able to get radio, the CJ1, before it was released to the public. And I was helping out with the guys down there on some of the beta testing, so it was a lot of fun. Again, cruise around and also, look around and find other numbers and just do a Google search and come up with the numbers to get into the FCC database. Kind of reminds me of the times when I was back at E.F. Johnson in the 80s. So on that, I'm going to take something for this Alien the Twins are playing tonight, and dream about a new radio possibly. 7-3, everybody. Be sure to tell your friends, neighbors, other hams. Subscribe, hit that bell to get notification when new videos come out. Add comments below. 7-3, everybody.